fire everywhere. You're running, and your own legs feel faster than anything human should be. Someone screams behind you, and you realize with a jolt that the sound doesn't scare you anymore. A soldier's flashlight hits your face. He freezes. He drops his weapon before you take one more step. Your hand catches the firelight, clawed, veined, black, nothing like the hand you remember having. 9 days ago, none of this existed. 9 days ago, you were just checking your email on a Tuesday. This is what 9 days can do to a person. Here is every single stage it takes to get here. Rank 0. Patient 0. You don't remember the bite. You remember the smell first, copper and rot, crawling up from the subway grate below the platform. Your hand won't stop shaking. The scratch on your wrist is already turning black at the edges, spreading slowly toward your palm. Everyone around you is still checking their phones, scrolling, laughing at something. They have no idea what's about to happen to you. Your reflection in the office window looks wrong, paler than usual. Your pupils are quietly swallowing the color of your eyes. The elevator doors close, and for 1 second, completely alone, you finally let yourself scream as loud as you can. No one heard it. You fix your tie in the polished steel doors. You walk back to your desk like nothing is crawling under your skin. The fluorescent lights suddenly feel too loud, too bright, like they're screaming directly into your skull for no reason. By 5 p.m., your hands are cold enough to fog the glass of your coffee mug. That's when you understand, this isn't the flu. You tell your coworker you're heading home early. She says you look pale. You just nod, unable to explain what you're becoming. On the walk to the subway, every streetlight seems to hum a note only you can hear now, low and constant underneath the city noise. Rank 1. The fever. The fever hits at midnight, and it does not break. It builds, floor by floor, like something is being constructed inside you. Your veins turn visible under your skin, dark rivers spreading from the wound outward, mapping a new shape across your arm. You try to call for help, and your own voice sounds foreign, lower, dragging heavily at the edges of every single word. Hunger arrives, not for food, for something else entirely. You don't have a word for it yet, and that scares you most. The mirror shows you sweating something black. Your gums have started to bleed without any pain at all. You collapse on the bathroom floor, and the tile feels like the only cold thing left in the entire apartment. Somewhere in the fever dream, you glimpse the shape of what you're becoming, and it terrifies you enough to fight back. When you wake up, 6 hours are gone, and there is blood on your hands that you're almost certain isn't yours. Your phone has 40 missed calls, one after the other, endlessly. You stare at the screen for a long time before you turn it off, catching your reflection, and not recognizing the exhaustion behind your eyes, like something ancient looking out through you. Rank 2. The hunger. The hunger is a voice now, and it never stops talking. It tells you what's edible in a way your old mind refuses to understand. Food tastes like paper. Everything does. Except one smell. Warm, human, close enough to make your throat tighten. Your jaw aches like it's rearranging itself from the inside, testing new angles, new pressure it never had before. You catch yourself staring at your neighbor through the peephole for 11 straight minutes without realizing it. Your fingernails have thickened, darkened, curved slightly at the tips. You hide them awkwardly in your pockets at work. At the grocery store, the fluorescent hum turns into a symphony of heartbeats you can somehow impossibly count. You leave without buying anything. You genuinely can't remember why you walked in there in the first place. That night, you don't sleep at all. You sit in the dark and listen to your own pulse like it's become an enemy. You pass a bakery window, and the smell of warm bread means nothing to you now, just a memory of a life you're quietly leaving behind. Rank 3. The crawler. Your spine curls forward on its own now. Standing straight has started to feel unnatural, wrong, like wearing a costume. You drop to all fours in the stairwell, and for the first time it feels like relief instead of pure horror. Your vision splits, color fading at the edges, but movement you catch instantly, perfectly, without effort. A stranger runs past and your whole body locks onto the sound of their footsteps, like a compass finding true north. You crawl into the alley behind your building. The cold concrete doesn't bother you the way it used to. Ever since the fever broke, one question has been circling underground with him, quiet but constant. What actually happened to him? How did this begin? And then, without warning, it hits him. The subway platform, a shape lunging out of the dark, teeth sinking into his wrist under flickering lights. The alley snaps back into focus around him. Whatever he just saw wasn't a dream. It felt real, all over again, like it was happening twice. Something moves in the dark beside you, another one, crawling the same way, watching you with quiet recognition. For the first time since the bite, you don't feel alone. You feel like you finally belong somewhere. Above you, footsteps thunder across a manhole cover, and you both go perfectly still, listening as one single creature. Rank 4, the runner. Legs that used to ache now move like machines built for one purpose. Speed arrives overnight, violent and effortless. You outrun a car for 6 full blocks without your lungs ever once burning. The city blurs past you like scenery. Screaming ahead means one thing now: direction. You follow it the way water instinctively follows a slope downhill. 3 others fall into step beside you, matching your stride perfectly, without a single word passing between you. You leap a fence that would have stopped you completely a week ago. Your body doesn't hesitate anymore, it simply moves. Somewhere behind you, your old apartment goes dark, forgotten, a chapter that closed itself without asking permission. Sirens used to mean help was coming. Now they mean prey scattering, and prey scattering means the chase has only begun. By dawn, the pack you're running with numbers in the dozens. You are no longer one single thing. You are part of something larger. You cross a burning overpass without slowing, flames reflected in eyes that no longer flinch from anything at all. Rank 5, the stalker. Silence becomes your greatest weapon now. You learn to move without sound, without breath, without any warning at all. You crouch on a rooftop for 4 straight hours, patient in a way the old version of you never could have managed. Below, survivors barricade a store, unaware that patience like yours doesn't run out, it only sharpens with time. Your eyes adjust to darkness completely now. Night isn't an obstacle anymore, it has quietly become an advantage. You track a group for a full mile through the ruined city, staying exactly 9 steps behind, always completely unseen. One of them turns around, certain they heard something moving. You don't move. You don't blink. You win that moment. When they finally stop to rest, exhausted, you slip past their guard like smoke drifting through a cracked door. It isn't hunger driving you tonight. It's the hunt itself, the pure, cold satisfaction of being invisible. A twig snaps under someone else's careless foot 2 rooftops away, and you're already moving before the sound even finishes. Rank 6, the alpha. Others start looking to you before they move now. A single pause in your stance becomes a command they obey instantly. Your voice, when you use it, isn't words anymore. It's a low growl that organizes 50 separate bodies at once. You feel the pack's attention like a second nervous system, every one of them an extension of your own will. A rival tries to challenge your position near the old train station. The fight lasts 4 seconds. It's already over. Humans who once ran from single stragglers now flee from entire formations, formations you built without ever meaning to. You remember faintly being someone who took orders from others. That memory feels like it belongs to a stranger entirely. Standing at the top of a collapsed overpass, you survey the horde below and understand. This is command now, fully yours. Whatever you were before is gone completely. What's left is something built entirely for leading the swarm forward. A helicopter searchlight sweeps the block below, and with one raised hand you send the entire pack into instant, perfect silence. Rank 7, the abomination. Your body stops following normal rules entirely. Bone reshapes itself in the night, cracking louder than any scream could. A second layer of muscle pushes up under skin that's turned the color of old bruises and long-dried blood. You tear through a barricade that took a dozen soldiers to build, and it takes you under 10 seconds to clear it. Bullets that would have stopped you weeks ago now barely slow your stride toward the source of the sound. Your reflection, glimpsed in a shattered window, no longer resembles anything human. You don't flinch from it at all. The pack doesn't just follow you now, they orbit you, the way smaller things orbit something dangerous and immense. Military convoys start rerouting entirely around your territory. Word of what you are travels faster than you move. There's no fear left in your body for anything at all. You have become the exact thing this world now fears the most. Concrete dust settles around you like snow, as the last wall of the checkpoint finally gives way under your weight. Rank 8. The Hive Mind. Something changes in your skull. A pressure, then sudden clarity. You can feel the others without ever seeing them. Thousands of infected across the city move as fragments of a single thought you didn't even know you were having. You close your eyes and see through a dozen sets of eyes at once, scattered blocks away, converging toward one target. Decisions stop feeling like decisions anymore. They feel like ripples arriving from somewhere deeper than your own mind. An entire quarantine zone falls in one coordinated night, every gate breached within the same 11 minutes exactly. Survivors call it impossible, a swarm intelligence with no visible leader, moving with terrifying precision. You are the leader. You are also every follower. The line between the two has simply stopped existing for you. For the first time, the word "we" applies to something larger than any human city has ever managed to become. 1,000 miles away, another mind like yours stirs awake, and somehow you already know it. Every infected in the city turns its head at the exact same second toward the exact same sound, guided by the exact same thought. Rank 9. The Apex Predator. The city is quiet now, and the quiet belongs entirely to you. What used to be sirens is now just wind through empty streets. Your body has stopped changing because there's nothing left to adapt to. You are the final shape this disease takes. You stand where your old office building used to be, and nothing in you recognizes the person who once worked there. The last human broadcast crackles out somewhere on an emergency frequency, and then it simply doesn't crackle anymore. You are faster than anything that hunts, stronger than anything that resists, and patient enough to outwait anyone hiding. The horde beneath you doesn't need your commands anymore. Instinct alone carries them exactly where you intend them to go. Somewhere far off, a new outbreak begins in another city, seeded by something you set in motion long ago without knowing. You were bitten once in an elevator on an ordinary Tuesday. Now the entire world measures itself against what you became. The sun rises over a silent skyline, and for the first time, nothing in it belongs to anyone but you. Somewhere, on a screen no one is watching anymore, a single word still blinks across an empty broadcast room. Infected. And far below the silent, empty skyline, the very first rank of a brand new outbreak has just quietly, patiently begun.